Cloudy but warm day here at Hamilton High School. We got a softball matchup between your Mason Comets and the Hamilton Big Blue. Comets will be batting first as the away team. You know, there are a few sports that got canceled today. Baseball not playing, lacrosse not playing. I'm Ben Haller alongside Addison Lenhart. Addison, why don't you tell us what kind of day we're having today?
You know, it's been a day of a lot of cancellations, but we're really happy with the opportunity that we get to bring you this game today, as we've got two teams, Comets, in the hunt for the GMC title. Been a bit of a rough stretch they're in the midst of right now, and this is a good opportunity for them to build some momentum towards the postseason, as the actual OHSAA softball bracket came out earlier this week, and the Comets were slotted at a 3 seed. And so this is a game that they really want to fine-tune some of those things that they've been working on throughout the entire season and get tuned up for the postseason, Ben.
A little bit of a hold-up before we begin play here. Leading off for the Comets is going to be Sydney Carter. She's committed to Butler to play some softball. As we take a look at the Mason starting lineup here, Carter, Pennington, Brewer slot the first 3 in. The cleanup spot's going to be Maggie Honacki, Val Allen at 5, Ellie Offner, the third baseman, at 6. Then you get the freshman Audrey Renaud batting 7. The senior Audrey Johansson not in the field. She'll be batting 8th. And another freshman, Joe Sander, batting 9th in center field. Who do you like in this lineup?
I've got to go right off the bat. Sydney Carter, committed to Butler, as you said. Leadoff hitter, has been really reliable for the Comets this season, as she is batting over 600 in GMC, or she's 5th in the GMC, and then Lindsey Brewer 5th in the GMC with 29 RBIs on the season. Two really talented players. And then Val Allen, who's been on an absolute tear this season. She's actually tied for 4th in the GMC right now in home runs. She had a 2 home run game recently. She's up to 4 total in the season.
And it looks like we're just getting ready to play ball here. Carter, the lefty, steps in. As a home plate umpire will take position. First pitch a little low for ball 1.
Sydney Carter likes to vary between that slap technique as well as just standing in normally. She's got a lot of speed on the base paths, and she's a really talented player for this team and a big part of the Comets offense.
On the mound for the Big Blue, her second go-around against Mason is going to be Nevaeh Woods, and quickly behind 3-0. Sydney Carter takes the advantage. Squares around a bunt. Going to pull away, but it's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Carter didn't look like she agreed with that call, as that one just sneaks in right at the top of the zone. Carter's still with the advantage here.
Hitters count for Carter as she thought about it, but that one rose up on her. Takes it for ball 4, so immediately start off in the game. Mason will have a base runner.
Yeah, really good patience to begin the game there from Carter. Not being overly aggressive to begin the game, giving her teammates an opportunity. She's a speed demon on the base pass. She's certainly going to try and take advantage of that.
Stepping in is going to be the sophomore, Sam Pennington. Sydney Carter thought about taking second there. She'll stay put. She knocks this one a little bit foul. I'm not sure what the call was on that one.
Looks like she might have been out of the batter's box possibly when she made contact with that ball. Not 100% sure of the call. That's going to bring up now Lindsey Brewer.
We talked about her 29 RBIs on the year. She's batting .431. One of the more experienced players on the team. She's a junior. You know, with that COVID year last year, not having a season, experience levels across all teams are going to be a little low as she takes ball 1.
And the Comets are really loaded offensively, averaging 9.5 runs per game.
Just in there, a little low. Catches the corner for strike one.
Yeah, obviously the Comets, after that first walk, not looking to be overly aggressive here. Very selective early on in this game. When they get pitches to hit, they're definitely going to be aggressive and go after those.
That one in the dirt for ball two. Catcher keeping Carter in check. She'll just walk over to first.
You can see Sydney Carter's presence just on first base, making a big impact on the pitcher-catcher duo here. Very wary of her speed at first base.
Woods stares down Brewer again. Check swing. They're going to say she went. Evens the count up at 2.
Yeah, obviously Brewer's got to protect here with a 2-2 count. Meat of the order coming up for the Comets. You've got Val Allen in the hole.
2-2 pitch swung on. Hit foul out of play. We'll do it again. Woods set to pitch, swung on and knocked into right center. That's going to get down. I think they called Carter out on the base paths before. They'll say Carter left early, so that hit will not count from Brewer. Kind of unfortunate series of events there. So there'll now be 2 outs with no one on, and Brewer will have to do it again.
A little bit of an interesting call there, but Carter just got a little bit too overzealous there on the base paths. She saw that one into the outfield. And it definitely looked like she would have had an opportunity to get to at least third base on that one. And with her speed, would have had an opportunity to score most likely, as Brewer is going to get right back on the base paths.
Full count pitch is a walk, and Mason, just like that, gets another man on base. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Maggie Honacki, in right field. Senior with a lot of experience.
Another really talented offensive player for this Comets team. Actually tied for the lead in RBIs with Lindsey Brewer with 29 on the season. She's hitting .463 with a .493 on-base percentage. She's got a couple home runs on the season as well. Big offensive piece for the Comets this season.
She takes a look at the first pitch. Just a little outside for ball 1. Bea Woods working pretty efficiently so far. Definitely a lot better than this first game she had against the Comets. She got rocked a little bit early. Was able to settle in, but ultimately ended in a run rule.
If you're the Comets, you want to see more of the same today, trying to build that momentum. A little bit of a tough stretch they're going through. At this point in the season, likely out of the GMC race. Lakota West in full control of that. 13-0 at the top of the standings, but the Comets still have an opportunity to make a late season run and build up some confidence.
Honacki swings on and fouls that one off. She'll try it again as she knocks down one foul. 1-2.
The Comets have had a hard time putting the ball in play so far in this first inning. We talked about that offensive outburst that they had in the first game between these two teams. And the Comets really haven't been able to put anything in play so far.
This one swung on. Good contact, just ends up in the Comets bullpen. She's staying alive.
Wind blowing towards left field, out away from the batter. So some balls are going to carry today.
She knocks that one right to the third baseman. Nice play. Throw on and got her. And Woods Gets out of the first inning with nothing across from the Comets. Hamilton will hit.
Yeah, that's a good-looking play from the third baseman there, handling the hard hit ball and getting it over to the first baseman, and Hamilton's able to kind of weather the storm of this Comets offense here, hold them scoreless through one inning. We'll see if they can possibly get the bats going here, take a couple more steps towards what would be a huge upset between these two teams. Comets have been a dominant GMC team pretty much all season. There are only 2 losses coming at the hands of one of the top teams in the entire state, and that's Lakota West.
Yeah, Mason's played a really tough schedule this year, and it's got them. You see that 15-7 record and think, oh, this isn't normal Mason, but they've played a few teams out of state. They've had some tough non-conference games, and they have those 2 losses against a team some people might consider state tournament favorites in Lakota West.
And the Comets, in those games against Lakota West, probably a team that has played them more competitively than any other GMC team we've seen so far this season. It's just been a couple big hits here and there by Lakota West that has really killed the Comets late in those games, but they certainly feel like they've got something to prove and are one of the teams to watch heading into state tournament play. On the mound for the Comets, it's going to be Alex Zamberi, who's been one of the key players on this Comet pitching staff all season.
Yeah, she's got an ERA of 2.83, strikeout on 116 on the season, with a record of 8-5. So she's gonna be responsible for 5 of those 7 losses. But she has pitched a few more games than Thiering has, and Mason has only pitched 2 pitchers this whole season. You know, I was talking to some of the softball players over the weekend, and they don't. And we asked them, you know, who's your emergency pitcher, and they couldn't even come up with anybody. So it's really those 2 pitchers they have to rely on, and that can be tough even come tournament time.
And it's really interesting when you think about those 2 pitchers, both only sophomores. So this is their first year of varsity softball play. COVID-19 would have canceled their freshman year, but they're still out here making a huge impact for this team, and they've certainly been one of the reasons that the Comets have been so successful. Zamberi on the mound today. 86 of the 138 innings played this season have been with Alex Zamberi on the mound. She's got 116 strikeouts this season, and she looks good with that pitch to begin the game today.
1-1 count early from Zamberi. 1-1 pitch swung on, hit out of play just behind the plate.
And if you're Hamilton, you're just trying to get base runners. This Comets defense extremely talented. They've got a lot of speed at pretty much every position.
As this one smacked into left center field, right center. Honak had trouble with it, but is able to hold on. So a nice play by Honaki, who initially didn't get that in her glove, kind of wedged it between her glove and her hand, and bobbled it a few times, able to hold on to it for the first out.
That's just really good concentration there by Honaki, and just like you said, Ben, it looked like she didn't really control that one as soon as it got to her glove, but she was able to concentrate as she fell to the ground and make that catch. Big time play to begin the game for the Comets defensively.
First pitch low for a ball. Now with 1 out for the Comets. Stares down again. A little bit of a check swing. They're going to check down to first base. First base umpire says not all the way. And Zamberi's quickly behind 2-0.
This is the
2-0 count. Paints the corner. Low and inside.
This is the senior center fielder, Lily Hilsterkop, at the plate right now for the Big Blue, batting .333 on the season.
She swings this one high out of play once again. She evens the count at 2.
Good job there by Zamberi to battle back in the count. Even it here at 2-2, and she's got an opportunity to retire Hamilton 1-2 to begin this one.
That one swung on, headed up play again. Hillster couple stay alive.
Hamilton looking like they have a bit more of an aggressive approach here offensively than the Comets early on in this game. Like we said, trying to establish base runners.
As that one's hit on, coming into play, Carter, and she'll get it to Allen just in time for the second out of the inning. Good play by Sydney Carter.
Yeah, that's easy for the Butler commit there. Senior Carter charging that one, spearing that with the left hand, and making a beautiful on-the-run throw over to Val Allen, the first baseman there, for the second out of the inning.
Mason's defense has been a little bit shaky at times as the first pitch is popped up out of play. But they've definitely shown some solid moments. They got a lot of speed defensively. As Zemberio stared down 0-1. That one's just a bit high. Count even at one. Hit on Offner. The diving Offner gets past her. Pennington will pick it up and throw it in play, but it's going to be a single for Hamilton, their first base runner of the game.
Yeah, really good job there to go with the inside pitch and drive that one into left field. Zamberi kind of left that one a little bit too much over the plate. And she was able to turn on that one and get it right past the diving Ellie Offner for the first hit of this game. For either team, actually.
First pitch low from Zamberi. Try it again. Swung on the back net. Evens the count of 1.
Zamberi certainly looking like she's trying to establish the upper part of the zone early on in this game. Has left a few across the plate and up in the zone, which Hamilton has certainly been going after. That one certainly looked like it was close.
Ump will say it's a little high. We've seen a few of those. She's had a couple in the dirt, but most, like you said, most of her work's going to be on the upper half. That one swung on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, really good job there by Zamberi. Kind of painting the corner there, but it didn't matter. Got the swing and miss. She's got an opportunity to end this inning unscathed.
2-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Zamberi strikes her out to get out of the first inning.
Yeah, really good job there by Zamberi, establishing that upper part of the zone, as we said, getting that swing and miss. Just putting it up and away in that top right-hand corner of the plate, or of the strike zone there, and getting that strikeout to end the inning.
Nevaeh Woods will come back out for her second inning of action. She only faced 4 Comet batters. Gave up a couple walks, but a base running miscue from Carter was accountable for one of the outs.
So, if you're the Comets offensively, you're back looking to get up some base runners again. Both teams really trying to get the meat of their order up with some speed on the base paths. And Val Allen, she's been on a tear lately, up to 4 home runs, as we said earlier on. She's been an X factor for the Comets offensively pretty much all season.
She's dealt with some injuries. She's changed positions a little bit. She's had to play third base, first base. She takes ball 1, but she's able to handle it pretty well, and her stats will speak for that. She looks at a 1-0 high, ahead in the count quick, 2-0.
Yeah, and Allen's going to be patient up there. She's not going to let any of these pitchers try to fool her. She's going to wait for her pitch. She's ahead in the count 3-0. She's certainly going to be waiting for something that she likes.
You giving Allen the green light on 3-0?
With the way she's been hitting the ball lately, against a team like Hamilton, who they've had some success against this season, I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see it here. It'll be in there just on the bottom corner. Not able to be caught by the catcher. But that doesn't matter. 3-1 now. Hitters count. Allen exactly where she wants to be. And this one's crushed. Skied to third base, down the third base line. Third baseman had some trouble with it, but able to hang on for the first out of the inning.
Good concentration there by the sophomore third baseman, J.C. Taylor, to make that play. That one was definitely hit way up in the air by Val Allen, and the Comets offensively still a little bit stagnant to begin this game. One of the best offensive teams in the GMC this season, 9.5 runs, unable to get anything going early.
Now another power hitter with a couple home runs on the year, softly hit to third base, and it gets past the first baseman. Offner won't even think about second, and on with an error is the shortstop, the third baseman, Ellie Offner. And that'll be another base runner for the Comets, this time with only one out. It'll be with Audrey Renaud up.
Renaud, another young piece on this Comets team. They've got a lot of young talent coming up through the Mason softball pipeline. They're going to be good for years to come, even after the senior class graduates.
The 1-0 pitch. The first pitch you saw was high. This one will be low. So a good look. 2 balls now.
And Woods, only a freshman, but she's had a hard time getting ahead in the count against these Comets hitters. She's been able to battle back, but that's not a good trend you want to follow for an entire game against an offense like this.
That's going to be Riley Johansson up. She's at second base today. It's kind of an awkward angle from the outfield. I did not have the best eyesight as she swings on for strike 2. And Nevaeh Woods in a decent spot here. All tied up 2-2 with the count. And when we dropped, I'm going to say outside as the count was actually full.
Yeah, that one right on the outside corner there. Not able to get the call.
Kayla Lux now will bat for the Comets. She looks at strike 1. This is Riley Johansson. I'm getting all mixed up here with the numbers and the mask on the helmets as Johansson smacks it to the second baseman. They'll look at second base for 1 out. That was Kayla Lux actually who had the walk. She'll be out at second. So now Johansson will take her spot at first. Excuse me for that one.
I will now bring up.
That'll be Joe Sander, the center fielder. She knocks this one. Able to stay fair and thrown on to first. Nevaeh Woods gets out of the inning again. No scratches from the Comets.
Really nice job there by Woods working out of that jam. Holding the Comets scoreless through 2 innings. One of the best offenses that we've seen in the conference this year, and Hamilton's doing a really good job navigating this tough lineup.
Spring sports tournaments coming up. We've done a lot of spring sports this year. We've done baseball, softball, boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse. We've snuck in some boys volleyball here and there. We're going to head to a track and field meet later this week. And We're also looking at some boys tennis, and like I said, tournaments coming up. What are you most excited for, and or which team do you think has the best shot in Mason, out of Mason Spring Sports, to give us a state tournament run?
Well, I'm certainly excited to see all these teams back in that tournament atmosphere, which we were not able to see from a lot of these teams this past season due to COVID. But I have my eyes on the Mason High School baseball team right now, certainly on a bit of a hot streak, winners of 5 straight, kind of navigating their way back up to the top of the GMC standings. We're back as many as 3 games, and now back only 1.5 in the GMC standings, still within striking distance of number 1 Oak Hills, and they're rounding into form at the perfect time. And of course, this Mason softball team, who certainly has not had a quiet season, they've been really talented, 11-2 in the GMC. As you said, they've played a tough schedule. They're going to be prepared by the time they get to postseason play. A 3 seed, they're ready to make some noise in the state tournament for sure.
Strike 1 from Zemberry. That'll even the count at 1. And I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. I like the girls lacrosse team a lot. They only have 1 GMC loss. I think they have clinched a share of that GMC title.
They've been a force all season in the GMC, led by a lot of really talented players. Lila Galinsky, Megan Carroll, the Hofstra commit. Comets are going to be ready for postseason play for sure.
In there for strike 2. Or excuse me, they're going to say it was outside. 3-1's the count now. Hitters count. Zemberry tried to work herself out of trouble, and that one's high. Lead-off walk for the Big Blue.
You can kind of feel the momentum in here. At this field right now, favoring the Big Blue. An ideal start for them. Comets have gotten a few base runners, but Hamilton has done a good job navigating the lineup. Nevaeh Woods has done a fantastic job shutting down some of the Comets' power hitters.
Ball bounced halfway to the dirt from Zemberry. She'll be facing Paige Iglesia now. She's got some pop in her bat. And she'll look at a 1-0 pitch. Low once again.
It's Zemberry right now. Didn't look like she liked that call a whole lot. Just trying to kind of collect herself, collect her nerves. A little bit wild around the strike zone right now. Trying to recover and get back ahead of things as she fires up a beautiful fastball to get the swing and miss there.
Looks like Iglesia wasn't really ready for that one. She was waiting on a breaking ball, and it kind of caught her off guard. She swung even though it was out of the zone. She squares around a bunt here. Fouled off to the net. And a nice job of fighting back from Zemberry. She evens the count of 2.
A little bit of an interesting decision there by Iglesia to try and put that one on the ground. I like the idea of advancing the runner, but after you're ahead in the count 2-1, a little bit of a questionable call.
It's out to right field, and that's off the wall. Fumbling with it, Pennington. Coming around home, she'll score. And an RBI single from Paige Iglesia. Hamilton scratches off the first run of the game, and they'll take an early lead.
And Iglesia held to a single on that play. She certainly looked like she was watching that one as it missed a home run by a matter of inches. She absolutely tattooed that ball from Zemberry, and what a start from Hamilton. Defensively sound, their pitching has been solid, and offensively they're starting to get some hits to the outfield.
Yeah, it's very rare you see an RBI single from someone on first base. That's a first pitch from Zemberry's ball 1.
And for the Comets, you just got to stay composed. They've been the better team pretty much all season.
Popped up the shortstop. Carter's going to take control of that one. Iglesia, no thought of going to second. So a quick out for Zemberry. That might be what she needs.
And that's the range there from Sydney Carter, making that play look easy. That is not an easy play at all. Ranging to her right side. That ball a little bit over her head, able to nestle under that one and make a tough catch.
Zenberry able to find the strike zone on the first pitch here. You know, it kind of had that feel as she was starting to lose sight of that zone, and then once she finally found it, just got crushed to the wall. And you know, that's what happens when players can kind of start to sit off your pitches. She swings on strike two, heading the count 0-2.
Yeah, it's Zenberry getting ahead of the count here, but Hamilton has certainly seen the ball well out of the hands of Zenberry so far in this game.
0-2 pitch, high but swung on and missed. And Zenberry, after giving up that RBI single, has been real solid.
It's been interesting to see the approach here from Hamilton. A lot of the strikes have been swinging. They're not letting a lot of those pitches that Zenberry is giving them down the plate an opportunity to go by. The strategy from the Big Blue is clear. They're coming into this game with not really anything to lose, no shot at the GMC title. They're trying to pull off an upset against one of their top GMC rivals. And so far, so good for the Big Blue.
Pitch inside, finds the corner. Strike one. We got to count even at 1-1.
Certainly looks like the zone has favored the inside part of the plate so far from this home plate umpire, and Zenberry having a hard time locating at that point, at that part of the plate currently.
It'll be Peyton Curtis, a senior outfielder, at the plate. 2-1's her count. She squares down to bunt. Offner trying to get her at first, and she does. Gets out of the inning. And we're going to head to a quick break, but Hamilton strikes first, 1-0 at the end of 2.
And welcome back to the Hamilton Softball Stadium. Here we've got a good matchup. The upset-minded Hamilton Big Blue with a 1-0 lead over the Mason Comets after 2 innings. That one run coming off a deep RBI single from Paige Iglesia. One that just missed a home run by a matter of inches. And the Comets have had a hard time getting anything going offensively. Another hard hit ball there. And a good play by the second baseman. And that's going to be an out. Sydney Carter with a hard line drive. And she's frustrated headed into the dugout.
Okay, Carter smacked that and not able to hold it on towards a second baseman.
That is Iglesia at second base, so she's had a big impact earlier on in this game.
But nice recovery. Seeing the ball was right by her, just tossing it over to first. Really no worry on that one.
Nevaeh Woods has been fantastic early on in this game for the Big Blue on the pitcher's mound, allowing 0 runs through 2 innings of work so far.
We'll see what Pennington can do here, the left fielder. Mason starts their lineup with a couple of lefties.
Pennington, only a sophomore, speedster at the top of the Comets lineup. Lindsey Brewer, the team leader in RBIs, on deck.
That one makes contact with the bat and Pennington. So I believe that's going to be a foul ball.
Looked like a slap attempt there from Pennington is going to be the first strike of the at-bat. As Woods will try to battle back. Down 2-1 in the count right now.
Yeah, one time through the lineup, Woods not giving up any hits.
On the ground to the shortstop. Pennington's speed is too much. She's going to head for second. And she will hold up there. It's the second errant throw from the Hamilton shortstop. It's Caitlin Polito, the sophomore. She's made a couple crucial errors that have allowed some common base runners. And Pennington will stand on second.
And this is the kind of territory you like to be in, that 3-4-5, especially for the Comets. Power hitting, Brewer, Honacki, then Allen. The three team leaders in RBIs.
First pitch from Nevaeh Woods there is taken outside and low for ball number 1. Lindsey Brewer, the catcher for the Comets. She's been holding that position down defensively all season. Here's the 1-0. And it's taken for strike number 1 to even the count. Your score, top of the third inning here from Hamilton High School. The 1-1, taken low, 2-1 the count. Lindsey Brewer in control. Runner in scoring position for the Comets. Had a couple of opportunities, had a first and third opportunity in the second inning, unable to cash in. On the ground. Good stop by the third baseman. Throw over to first. And Brewer is retired, but Pennington will move up to third on the throw.
Smart base running from Pennington, not going right away. She saw the third baseman make a diving stop, but understanding she had enough time after the throw was made.
J.C. Taylor, really nice play there to control that one. In stands Maggie Honacki, the cleanup hitter for the Comets. Pennington on third. Big opportunity here with 2 outs.
Could be one of the best opportunities they get all day. As with their production and on-base possibilities, all season long has been pretty good. But through 3, not looking like the usual Comets, especially against this big blue team they blew out earlier this season.
Honacki, a couple of home runs this season. Tied for the team lead in RBIs with Lindsey Brewer. Hitting over 400, like many of the Comets in this lineup. She'll face Nevaeh Woods, up 2-0 in the count. And she blasts it to center. On the run and making the catch in center field. That's Lily Hilserkop, and Hamilton gets out of another runner on third situation, and the Comets remain scoreless through 3 at-bats. Something brewing here at Hamilton High School, Ben.
Still got a lot of softball left to be played. But yeah, like you said, you mentioned it all night. Hamilton it's definitely one of those upset situations, but they are top half of the GMC, and you can see some potential they've had all year long. They've had some close games with some better teams, and you know they're just waiting for a game like this one.
Sam Barry will head back out to the mound for the Comets, looking to just keep the lead for the Big Blue at 1-0. Comets still staying loose out in the field, understanding they just need to remain calm, play their game. Offense a bit stagnant early on.
Yeah, Zemberry is someone they can trust. Like, you look at that ERA of 2.4. Very solid clip for her. And they've had a lot of really good non-conference teams they've played this year, but I mentioned it, Hamilton's in the upper half of the GMC. So there are teams that Hamilton's been beaten up on. And you look at a team like Hamilton, they have that 11-9 record. Kind of one of those teams that sits just around 500, both in the GMC and overall.
Zamberi down in the count 2-0. Had some control issues early on in this game. And she's now down 3-0. Polito in full control. The sophomore shortstop. An opportunity to get another base runner for the Big Blue.
Zamberi's not helping herself here, not putting herself in a good position. Down 3-0 early, and she walks her right away.
Polito will take first base.
It feels like one of the biggest things that Zamberi's been struggling with so far through 3 has just been starts to the at-bats and starts to the innings. We've seen a couple leadoff walks, and we've seen a couple at-bats her go down 2-0 or 3-0. And that's not what you want.
Hilserkop takes ball 1. That's 5 straight balls here from Zamberi. The center fielder who made that great play, robbing Maggie Honacki of a hit in that last inning, and she's going to bunt it down. That's in play. Tried to let it drift foul. It didn't on this damp dirt. And that's going to be a bunt single for Lily Hilserkop. And that Hamilton dugout erupting right now.
I don't think there could be a more perfect bunt. I mean, she got the perfect spin on that down the line. You know, Brewer kind of waited for it, hoping it would go foul. But I think she made the decision that there was no shot that was going to happen and just decided to pick her up and prevent any extra bases. But now first and second, Zamberi not in a great position as this one's crushed. Sander giving it chase. No one tagging. So a quick out for Zamberi. That's big to get that first out.
Sander with a running catch there. First out of the inning for Zamberi. That one was tagged by Julia Tegeter. Good communication by the Comets outfield to make the play.
First pitch is from Zamberi, swung on.
That one fouled back for strike number 2, and Zamberi finally ahead in a count 0-2.
Zamberi finally able to get herself ahead in the count, which will be to her advantage. She'll be able to throw anything here but a strike 3. And just like that, 4 pitches after giving up a first and second situation with no outs. And she's almost two-thirds of the way to getting herself out of trouble.
It's going to bring in Bree Hoshide, the senior right fielder, with 2 down. Hamilton got first and second to begin the inning, and 2 quick outs here, and Zamberi is dealing now. A little bit more confidence in these pitches. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike number 2, and she's a strike away from getting out of the jam unscathed.
That was an awkward pitch, or excuse me, awkward swing from Hoshide. Perfect pitch from Zamberi, tied her up. And you can see she started to roll with a little momentum and definitely a lot of confidence now. You know, she's played a really well game mentally today. As we've seen, I've talked about, she hasn't put herself in great position. Starting off at bats 2-0, 3-0, getting a few leadoff walks. But she's been able to battle back, only giving up 1 run now through 2 2/3. And she's a strike away from getting out of another.
Here is Zamberi. Line into right field. Honacki is under it. And the Comets get out of the first and second and no out jam. Zamberi able to battle back and get 3 straight outs to end the Big Blue rally. Nevaeh Woods back on the mound for the Big Blue as the Comets looking to get anything they can going offensively, as Val Allen is going to lead this inning off. That's her second time leading off an inning so far this game for the Comets offense. They could really use a big hit from her. A lot of pop in her bat. She's been playing really well lately. Had a 2-homer game recently.
And that's the thing about the Comets is they have depth. We've talked about a few different girls today, and their bottom of the lineup is nothing too inefficient either. Riley Johansson's had a great season. She's had a couple of home runs this year. Kayla Lux is playing first today. Joe Sanders had a great year in the field.
Allen will pop it up to the shortstop, Polito, who makes the play. Allen, through her first 2 at-bats, unable to really get any good solid contact on the ball. And that's the first out of the top of the 4th inning. It's going to bring in Ellie Offner, the 3rd baseman.
Offner is really someone who can do it all. She plays third and short defensively, offensively. She's hit a couple home runs. She's laid down a few crucial bunts in this season. And you really like to have a versatile player like that.
Offner.
And look to get something started here.
Right field, base hit for Ellie Offner. Possibly getting something going here. That's going to bring in Kayla Lux. Offner, a little bloop single over the second baseman's head. Paige Iglesias unable to make the catch there, and the Comets with a base runner with 1 down in the top of the 4th.
That one hit to the classic Bermuda Triangle there between first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder.
Lux taking strike 1 call there. Lux, the senior, takes the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and the count is even.
Lux is someone who hasn't got the most opportunities out of anyone on the team, but she's capitalized when she has. Playing first base today, not usually in the starting lineup, as she knocks this one back to the pitcher.
That's going to be an easy play there for the pitcher, Nevaeh Woods.
Woods, smart decision. A lot of high school pitchers would try to get ahead of themselves, try to make that double play, but I think Offner would have beat that out. And then you had a close play at first, so smart decision by Woods, just taking the easy out at first. Now with 2 outs, runner on second.
Runner in scoring position for the Comets. Big opportunity here with Riley Johansson at the plate. Offner at second. Johansson taking strike 1 there from Woods. The 0-1. High and out of the zone. And the count is even at 1-1. Top of the 4th inning, Hamilton with a 1-0 lead. The 1-1 to Johansson is into center field for a base hit. Offner is going to be waved home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's a good one. She is safe at the plate. Comets tie it. Riley Johansson moves up to second on the throw, and the Comets take a 1-0 lead as that one was blasted right back at the pitcher, Nevaeh Woods.
It was a beautiful throw from Hilsercup, but an even better slide by Offner as that throw beat her by a step or two. But she was able to get around it, get around the tag, and that's crucial. It's just 1 run, but that's the difference in tying that ball game here. As you got 2 beautiful pitching performances from Zemberry and Woods, and a huge hit from Johansson. That 8 spot, that's not always something you expect to look forward to, but Johansson just taking the best out of her opportunities. And a 2-out base hit with a runner in scoring position. And Sanders got a chance now. She's in the exact same spot. This time, game tied at 1.
Takes strike number 1 down the heart of the plate. Another opportunity here for the Comets to drive in a run. Carter on deck. The last thing Hamilton wants to do is face her with runners on base. And Nevaeh Woods going to work here 2 quick strikes, and Johansson is down quickly. Excuse me, Sander is down quickly. Woods, a little bit too low there. Sander takes ball number 1.
Sander's definitely more one of those on-base players. She'll take a walk, not afraid to get hit, stand in. She's been pretty effective with her bunch this year down the third base line.
That's going to be out number 3. Good play there by the third baseman, J.C. Taylor. And Hamilton gets out of it with only 1 run allowed, as we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning as Hamilton has seen their 1-0 lead evaporate. Still, you got to think that Hamilton is pretty happy about the position that they're in right now. A team, the Comets, who really took it to them on their home field earlier on in this season, winning by a run rule. And Hamilton has hung in there through 3.5 innings so far.
Yeah, Hamilton got off to a rough start in the season, and they've definitely battled back. And that's you can kind of see that momentum they've had recently going into this game. They started the season 0-5. A couple games later, going 2-6, losing to the Comets by a score of 13-0. That's that run rule we talk about. And it's good sign for them to be playing. This is the right time, right position they want to be in heading into tournament play. We'll be there in a couple weeks. As we talked about, Mason getting that 3 seed.
One the score here, bottom of the 4th inning. As Zamberi out on the mound. It'll be Iglesia, who nearly had that home run earlier on in this game. Big swing, and she foul tips that one to the backstop.
It was important for Zamberi, we talked about, to get off, not put herself in a bad position, get off to a good start at bats and inning-wise. So we'll see what she does with the first batter here.
Zamberi, a little bit too high there. Iglesia evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Iglesia, and Zamberi takes control. 1-2 the count to the Big Blues leadoff hitter in the 4th inning.
Iglesia's got to be feeling real confident with herself. She drove in Hamilton's only run so far this game, and we'll see how that affects her going forward.
Iglesias certainly with some aggressiveness at the plate right now. Fouled off a couple pitches. Count remains at 1-2. This is a big inning for Hamilton. It's going to go a long way towards determining this game if they can bounce back from the Comets, able to score in that last inning. And Zamberi pumps it right past Iglesia for out number 1.
That's exactly what Zamberi wanted to start the inning, a strikeout to the leadoff hitter in the inning with Iglesia. And she started off that count 0-2. And you hope that gives her a little more confidence in the inning now. Now she feels like she can roll a little bit. We'll see what she does now.
Good looking pitch there. Clips the outside corner for strike number 1. Michaela Grant with a big swing and miss there. Zamberi ahead. 0-2 in the count with 1 down. She certainly seems to have regained some of that confidence that we've seen from her all season.
Michaela Grant having a solid year. She's batting .333.
Unable to handle the pitch there from Zamberi. She goes down on 3 pitches.
Zamberi working very efficiently now, getting 2 outs immediately with only 7 pitches needed. And that can kind of contribute, can be a cause or effect of just some momentum.
In steps Danielle Hilton for the Big Blue. She swings and misses there. Zamberi getting a lot of swings and misses right now. 1-1 the count now with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th.
You mentioned it earlier, and it's really bled over to the last few innings, is they're swinging at almost anything.
Offner near the fence, unable to make the play. 1-2 the count as Hilton stays alive.
Grant's a power hitter. Excuse me. Hilton's a power hitter for the Big Blue. Swung on and miss again. So Zemberi strikes out the side. You can see her confidence. You can see she's rolling now. And we got a tie ball game after 4. We're going to head to a quick break. 1-1 here at Hamilton.
And welcome back, folks, to Hamilton High School. We've got a tie game through 4 innings, top of the 5th inning. Sydney Carter leading off for the Comets. Both teams playing extremely well defensively. Great pitching performances from both sides, which is why we have such a low-scoring matchup so late in the game. Sydney Carter taking ball number 1.
Couple of solid at-bats from Carter today. No hits just yet. But she had that walk in the first, then a hard hit ball right at the second baseman, Iglesia.
Here's the pitch. That's taken outside for ball number 2. Carter quickly ahead of the count, and Woods will have to battle back against the Butler commit.
Carter gets on base very efficiently, but she's going to be thrown out here very efficiently. She uses any way she can. We see that .603 batting average coming into this game. She also takes a few walks. Thrown out here for the first out of the 5th.
Good play there by Polito to retire the speedster. That'll bring in Pennington, the Comets left fielder, to face Nevaeh Woods with 1 down in the top of the 5th.
Mason, not a ton of production out of the 1-2 spots as you would expect. She lays down a nice bunt.
Pennington is going to be safe at first base.
Almost identical to the one Hamilton had a couple innings ago with just perfect topspin and an awkward spot for the catcher right down the line. You couldn't ask for a better bunt. And Pennington will be on her second time on base. 1 on, 1 out. In comes a 3-hitter, Lindsey Brewer.
That will bring in Brewer. 29 RBIs on the season, unable to really get anything going in this game. With 1 down in the 5th. She takes a look at ball number 1. Pennington on first base. Comets with another base runner here. Opportunity for the Comets to take the lead. Haven't led in this game so far. Hamilton jumped out to that 1-0 lead on the hit from Iglesia.
Woods has pitched a great performance so far. She doesn't want to get it. She doesn't want to let this get away from her. And she's got the 3, 4, 5 hitters up, very powerful from the Comets lineup. They can definitely start a rally. So any out will be big for Woods.
Woods, Pennington's gonna go, and she is out at second base. Hosed, and the Polito on the tag. Pennington turns into out number 2. Over aggressiveness there from the left fielder, and they are 2 down.
And I just said it, any out would be big from Woods, and that is huge. 2 outs now. You don't have the threat of someone on base. Brewer's looking at an empty field right now. Empty base paths.
She's now ahead in the count 3-1. So you're thinking if she draws a walk here, Pennington would have been on second no matter what. questionable decision there. And she's going to take ball number 4, and the Comets will get another base runner as Maggie Honacki is going to step into the box with an opportunity here. Top of the 5th inning, 2 down, and Brewer on first.
They're going to have to use their power now in between Honacki and Allen. Might need a couple of them on base to get that run across. That first is Pennington. She knocks it.
Right field, and it's caught. And Hamilton gets out of another one. Pennington with the base running blunder. And the score remains tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Hamilton with that 13-0 loss to the Comets earlier on this season certainly don't look like the same team that we saw in that matchup.
We're now at the exact same point as that game ended. So 13-0 was the score at this point in the game last time around. This time it's 1-1. Hamilton's exactly where they want to be against a very talented Mason squad. 11-2 GMC play.
We were packing stuff up and heading home at this point in the game last go around. Zamberi will stay on.
Turned out to be a beautiful day. A threat of a lot of games being canceled earlier today. The baseball game, which is supposed to be right here at Hamilton, between Mason and Hamilton, was canceled. The lacrosse game was canceled, as we mentioned. But able to keep the softball field dry enough, and here we are. We got a great game so far.
Certainly one that we would have been sad to miss. 2 quality teams going at it. Big-time GMC matchup, and this certainly isn't the momentum boost that the Comets were looking for. Gearing up for the postseason, Hamilton has come in and really given them a run for their money.
Leading off the inning for the Big Blue, that's going to be Peyton Curtis. She laid down a nice bunt her first time up. She'll look to get on again.
Zamberi, her first pitch, and Curtis takes it for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss there from Curtis, and Zamberi quickly ahead 0-2.
Curtis was way out in front of that one. Zamberi, looked like Curtis was expecting a fastball, expecting a high velocity pitch, and just way out in front again.
Swing and a miss there from Peyton Curtis. She turns into a quick out number 1 for Zamberi. That's going to bring in Polito, the shortstop.
You know, you can kind of sense that confidence, momentum Zamberi's pitching with now.
The first pitch to Polito is taken for strike number 1. The pitch from Zamberi inside, ball number 1. Zamberi, that one is taken for ball number 2, a little bit up in the zone. 2-1 the count. Leo ahead. Zamberi swung and hit into left field. That's going to be a foul ball.
And that was a beautiful hit to pitch if you're Polito. But she was just just a little too out in front. Knocked it down the third base line. Hamilton doesn't have a lot of lefties in the lineup. Definitely not as much as the Comets do. That's going to be to the advantage of Zamberi. As this one's skied.
Shortstop Sydney Carter on the run. Look at the range there from Sydney Carter, making a nice play for out number 2 in shallow left field.
So once again, efficiently from Zemberi, 2 down, the first 2 she's faced of the inning.
That'll bring in the center fielder for the Big Blue. That's Hilserkop. Takes ball number 1. Zemberi down in the count. Pitch to Hilserkop is lined into center field. Sander diving, she can't make the play. And Hilserkop is on with 2 down.
Hilserkop's another versatile player, this time on Hamilton's side. She's a 2-hitter. And you saw the power she has. You also saw the speed she had in that first inning. She's just kind of an ideal all-around softball player. She had a great play in center field. She's quietly had herself a game. And I think they're going to award Hilserkop with a hit there. Would have been a great play if Sander could have made it. But I don't think that's one to be expected. 0-1 quickly from Zemberi.
Zemberi, 0-1 the count. Line to left field and deep. It is up against the wall. Hilserkop to third. She's being sent. Carter's throw to the plate. Beats her by a mile. A perfect relay from the Comets.
Flawless from Pennington to Carter, then from Carter to Brewer. Couldn't have asked for anything better. And like you said, out by a mile, and it might have been 2 miles. Hilserkop didn't stand a chance. Just maybe getting a little over aggressive. You know, when you lose 13-0 and you see an opportunity there to take that 1-run lead, you start to wonder. Your eyes get big, and couldn't stay poised. I'm not sure if she missed the sign. Not sure if they told her to stay or if they sent her. But a great defensive play for the Comets keeps this game tied heading into the 6th inning. We're going to take a quick break. Game still tied 1-1 after 5. Welcome back to Hamilton High School. Great softball matchup for you, and it hasn't disappointed so far. 1-1 just score after 5. Leading off the inning for the Comets is going to be Val Allen.
Her 3rd time leading off an inning for the Comets in this game.
Smacks one to the left field wall, excuse me. Stand-up double from Allen. As that one caught me off guard, I wasn't looking.
Really nice hit there from Allen, able to turn on that inside pitch and drive it towards the left field fence. She's been on a tear lately. A total power trip. That one just missing a home run, and the Comets have a big-time opportunity here, a base runner in scoring position with nobody out.
There's the difference. Allen staying at third after a knock through the gap from Offner. And a nice call from Coach Muff. And good job by Allen to hold up. She, maybe could have been a play at home, but she had to dodge that ball. She had to jump. The ball was hit right at her off the lead from second. But runners in the corner now with no out. Prime opportunity here. Kayla Lux, the first baseman, will stand in.
Yeah, Allen not getting the best jump on that hit to the outfield there. And they've got first and third with nobody out here. That's about as good as it gets. And an opportunity for Lux to drive in a run here with nobody out.
Great opportunity for the Comets. And you're looking at the 7, 8, 9 batters, which for the Comets, you're going to see that those 3 batters, they're going to be better for the Comets than they're going to be than most teams. The depth of the Mason is something, one of their biggest strengths, is that one bounces off the catcher's glove. Offner will take second, but Allen's going to hold up at third.
Hey, good job there by Offner reading that pitch right off of the glove of the catcher there. Allen not looking to be over aggressive, knowing the situation, tie game, nobody out and you're in scoring position. Trusting your teammates to make a play.
And Lux knocked foul, but caught by the first baseman. So a non-productive out. And in situations like this, that's definitely not what you want, but luckily got the runner over to second.
It looks like there's going to be a discussion here as the first baseman for the Big Blue looked like she might have stepped into the dugout of the Comets after making that play, which would put the ball out of play and advance some Comet base runners here if that was the case. And the umpires are going to discuss that.
As long as she made the catch in play, all parts of her body in play should be an out. And I think the umpires are going to uphold the call. So one out now, second and third. I was just about to say, how important was it that Offner got to second, eliminates that double play possibility to get out of the inning with no runs across. We'll see what Johansson can do now. She's responsible for the one RBI Comets have so far. First pitch high to her.
Yeah, it's a big time opportunity for the Comets, second and third. And they've had some problems in this game driving runners in scoring position in, only able obviously to do that once. And this is as good as it gets.
Right down the middle to Johansson. She watches it 1-1.
Johansson, a senior, she's experienced moments like this.
Knocked into right field. The catch is made. Allen tags into home. Comets take a lead. Offner to third. And Riley Johansson gets the job done. 2-1's your score now.
And that's just great situational baseball there from Riley Johansson, going with the pitch to right field, driving that ball into the outfield. Val Allen able to tag up there and make a play.
Situational softball as Sanders steps into the plate now. At third base is going to be Offner. She was able to tag on that one as well. Sanders looks at ball one high.
Anytime you're playing against a team like the Comets, it's important, if you're Hamilton, to stay composed. Runs like that can be backbreakers, but they're able to work out of the inning there.
Back up the middle. Great play made by Woods. Gets herself out of the inning. So the Comets top half of the sixth inning, they're able to get a run across and take that lead. 2-1. Two one's your score here at Hamilton High School. Mason looks to hold on to a lead. Zemberry's been rolling so far. Let's see if she can keep that going. Mason's defense has been flawless so far today. No errors from them just yet.
It's really been a great game from the Comets defensively. They just have had a hard time getting Zemberry any run support. She had no problems with that. Or Comets pitching, had no problems with that in the first game against the Big Blue, able to put up 13 runs in that first matchup between these two teams, but it's been a much different story here today.
And you look at the two games, you think 13-0, then a 2-1 game through the sixth here. They must have had a different pitcher, but no, Woods was on the mound for both games, and that's a lot of improvement from one pitcher from one season. As Zemberi works herself ahead of the count, 1-2.
Good job there by Zemberi. She's shown a lot more confidence in these last couple innings, not giving up any runs to this Big Blue offense.
The 1-2 from Zemberi fouled off behind the Hamilton dugout. She'll go again.
We've seen from both of these offenses how much pop they each have in their lineup. Plenty of balls that have made their way all the way out to the fence. Of course, we had one that missed a home run by about an inch.
Ball way outside. She's able to just get a piece of that one and stay alive.
That one was off the bat of Iglesia, the one that just missed a home run, but Zemberi has certainly recovered and has pitched with a lot more confidence since that play.
This one skied once again behind the Hamilton dugout. So she's doing a good job fighting off, staying alive. Zemberi trying to finish her and get the first out of the 6th inning. The 1-2. High pitch, and it swung on and through. Carter tracks it down, finally picked up by Pennington. And a leadoff single from Hamilton, and now they look to threaten.
That was just really good back control there by J.C. Taylor. That pitch a little bit in on the hands, and she's able to just kind of inside out that one to left field. Really good concentration there.
Squares around a bunt. That one just goes foul. Often thought she maybe had a play on it, but it'll make the count 0-1.
Yeah, Hoshide on that play looked like she just let the bat drop a little bit, allowed that one to head up in the air. Hamilton's been pretty successful getting the ball down on the ground in these bunting situations so far in this game.
The 0-1 to Hoshide. Bunt down, but off her foot. That's going to be a foul ball.
That one certainly looked like it was a better looking bunt there from Hoshide.
Just about to talk about how decent that bunt looked. Maybe could have got out to first. But the Comets are lucky that made contact with her shoe.
This is as good a time as any to advance that runner into scoring position. If you're Hamilton only down 1, you're not looking to score runs in chunks here.
Swung on and missed from Hoshide. And that'll be an easy out for Zemberi. Not moving the runner over. So now with 1 out and 1 on, Paige Iglesias, she's responsible for the 1 RBI for the Big Blue. She'll step in, see what she can do here. It was a situation like this. It was only a single for Iglesias, but it brought in the run all the way from first. First pitch to her, swung on and missed. Zemberi had 0-1, swung on down the third base line, just foul.
And Iglesia, a good opportunity here. She really just needs to put the ball in play, try and advance that runner into scoring position here. But she's had some big moments in this game.
She'll look at 0-2, first ball of the count. That one way high.
Here's the pitch.
Zemberi, look what she's got. Skied down the third base line. Carter calls off Offner, makes the grab. And just like that, after a leadoff single, Comets now have 2 outs on the Big Blue.
It really is amazing with Sydney Carter. She even makes the easy plays somehow look even easier. Kind of just drifting over to that play behind third base, making that catch look simple. And it's not an easy play. Ranging over to your right side like that, she certainly had to go a far way to make that play. But when you play softball at the level that Sydney Carter does, it just looks that much easier.
How about Zemberi's ability so far today to just get out of those jams she's kind of caused herself early in innings? And Hamilton looked to threaten again. Now 2 out. She's 1 out away from getting out of the 6th. As she offers strike 1. The 0-1 popped up. Brewer trying to find it. And I think it bounced off her glove and hit the net. Not sure. We didn't have a great view on that. But it'll be a foul ball.
Looked like she was almost able to make the play. That's a tough play. Had to turn right around. Certainly wasn't a ball that went super high up in the air. Not a lot of time for her to get under that one. Still a strike, though. Count remains at 0-2.
2 outs in the inning now. Zemberry's got 2 strikes. 1 strike away. The 0-2 popped up once again behind the plate. This time Brewer doesn't have a chance. So we'll try again.
Brewer's done a really nice job behind the plate in this game. Calling the game for Zemberry.
0-2 once again. Made contact, I think, with the knob of the bat. That'll count as another foul ball. We'll try 0-2 again.
The Comets can send this thing to the final inning. And if you're Hamilton, the last thing you want to do is rely on any late game heroics from your offense.
Swung on and missed from Zemberry, getting out of another jam for her. Through 6, Comets with a 2-1 lead heading into the 7th, trying to add some insurance. Welcome back to Hamilton High School. Non-disappointing matchup, softball time here in the spring. It's got great weather. 2-1, the Comets lead to Hamilton Big Blue in a game that's a lot different than we saw the first time these two teams played. And that's 13-0 final score after a run rule.
The Comets with an absolute beatdown on their home field. This Hamilton team, Nevaeh Woods was on the mound for the Big Blue in that game. And she got absolutely lit up, but in this game, she's been fantastic. She's really kept this offense from the Comets under control, an offense that is averaging 9.5 runs per game. She's been magnificent from start to finish.
First pitch is Sydney Carter inside. And it's really, actually every inning so far, Sydney Carter or Val Allen has led off. So that's Honacki and Sander making the last outs. And first 6 innings so far. And Carter knocks that one right past the second baseman in there with an easy single. Comets look to threaten now with 1 on and no out. That'll bring up Pennington.
Sydney Carter, the big load up there. Hard hit ball. And Galicia just wasn't able to control that one.
As Pennington, another one, that's through. The third baseman came up. She was expecting the bunt, but Pennington came back and hit it right past her. And first and second after 2 pitches, the first 2 pitches of the 7th inning from Woods, and Mason looks to add some insurance. We'll see if Lindsey Brewer can do anything now. The catcher who's had a great game behind the plate defensively.
leading the team in RBIs as she takes ball one there. She's been a key factor offensively all season on this Mason Comet squad, holding down that catch position defensively all season long. This is where big-time players make big-time plays in the final moments of big games with opportunities to put things away here against this surprisingly tough Hamilton team.
Trying to take a little stress off of Zamberry's shoulders. Brewer can do that here. Runner on first and second. No one out, but she'll look at strike one.
And Nevaeh Woods, as we said earlier, has been sensational, and she's gotten herself into a lot of holes early on in counts. As we see right here, able to battle back there, get that strike.
As this one's knocked through right to the second baseman. Off the bases, Carter. She gets back in time, thankfully. So only one out on the play. But it was a great play by Iglesia.
And, I mean, that play right there, even though they weren't able to get the out, that awareness and that quickness from the middle infield of Hamilton, we just didn't see plays like that early on in the season from this team. And they're making those plays now. Just a huge growth spurt from this team from the beginning of the season to the point we're at now. Competing with the team like the Comets was something that you really wouldn't have expected from them early on.
Hodacki up, hasn't had the best day so far, drifting back into right field, making the catch. Both runners will tag. So she does her job, gets the runners over. Second and third now, we'll see what the junior Allen can do.
And this is a point in the game, an aspect of the game that the Comets have struggled so far. They've gotten a couple runners to third, at times in this game only able to drive in 2 runs. And these would be 2 huge insurance runs if Val Allen could drive them in right here.
First pitch, Valen sees will be just up. Caught the strike zone corner, 0-1.
Good looking pitch there from Nevaeh Woods. Power pitching from the Big Blue Ace.
0-1, that one's too high. Evens the count. Allen steps in. This one popped up. That'll go behind the net. No play behind the plate. And she'll be down in the count 1-2.
This is the most important pitch of the game so far this season. Or excuse me, so far in this game. Hamilton with an opportunity to keep this lead at only 1.
1-2, that one's crushed. Right fielder ranging back and a couple of hard hit balls. But Hamilton gets out of the inning.
And Hamilton showing that toughness, and Nevaeh Woods getting out of another jam. And they're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Opportunity here to tie this game or win it.
Mason had first and second with this game, with the beginning of this inning. And then weren't able to scratch it. Hamilton now looking to get anything across. One will tie it, 2 will win it. In the bottom of the 7th, they've got 3 outs to work with. Zamberry looks to shut him down. She's been real solid on the mound as of late. Had her struggles early. First run came in the 2nd inning. Ever since then, she's been perfect. Giving up no runs, only allowed a hit or 2 and a walk.
Number 6,
we're going to see right now that this Hamilton team is for real. They've competed with the Comets all night long. Have an opportunity to pull off a huge upset in GMC play. Would effectively eliminate the Comets from any chances of capturing that GMC title.
First pitch, Cox sees. She leads off the inning. Just catches the lower corner for strike one. Great pitch from Zemberi.
Destiny Cox, only a freshman, getting her first at-bat in this game. Gets down 0-1 quickly to Zemberi. It's a big moment for her to step into.
That one just high first ball to Cox. With the count even at 1, here's Zemberi. Just a little low. Looks like she tried to get that up. But a good miss. Cox, good job laying off.
Well, this umpire has been a little inconsistent with his strike zone.
Not too much controversy with that one. Right down the middle, evens the count at 2. Zemberi in a pretty good spot now. Cox going to do anything she can to stay alive. Try to get something going in the bottom of the 7th, last 3 outs for Hamilton.
Hamilton just needs to focus on getting base runners on and advancing them. Only needing 1 run to extend this game.
She knocks that one, nails the backstop. Hard hit ball. Just foul. Count stays at 2-2. Two count now. Zemberi staring Cox down. Not able to find the zone. Runs the count full.
And if nothing else with this at-bat, Hamilton's getting a little bit of belief in that dugout. Zemberi can shut that down with a good pitch and an out here.
Crucial pitch from Zemberi. In there for strike 3. First at-bat of the bottom of the 7th inning, and Zemberi's 2 strikes away.
And we talked about that inconsistency from this home plate umpire in this game. That same pitch earlier on in the at-bat looked like it might have been called a ball there.
Beautiful movement on that pitch from Zemberi. That one, I think the umpire thinks just caught the corner and ended up way down, almost in the dirt. As a pitch in the exact same spot, called for a strike once again. Zemberi's rolling.
Yeah, getting an out like that in a pivotal moment, in a pivotal inning such as this, can just build up so much confidence for an athlete.
Here's Curtis now. Squares around a bunt, just foul. Doesn't matter for Curtis. She hustles down first baseline anyway. And the count will be immediately 0-2.
And we talked about how Cox really could have established some momentum there. Full count, opportunity to get yourself on base to begin the inning, and Zemberi just stabs him in the throat.
0-2. Squared to bunt again. That one's foul. Are they going to say it's fair? Thrown on to first for an out. Actually, no. Home plate umpire corrects it. So it is foul. So it's that rare foul bunt strikeout from Zemberi, and Hamilton's down to their last out.
Zemberi with some power pitching, retiring Curtis on 3 straight strikes there. And the Comets can get a very tough and gutsy win if they can retire Polito.
Game's on. Polito here. First pitch to her's in there. Strike 1. No one on for the Big Blue. They've got 2 out. 2 strikes away. Comets are to the season series sweep of Hamilton. Just a little low from Zemberi. Evens the count at 1.
That certainly looked good there from Zemberi, but Polito with some patience there, able to draw the count even. And Hamilton just needs a base runner at this point.
1-1 high and inside from Zemberi.
Hilserkop on deck for the Big Blue. She's had a couple big hits in this game, has made a real impact offensively and defensively.
Ahead in the count is Polito as she fouls one back to the net. 2-2, 1 strike away now for the Comets. 2 outs, 2-2 count. No one on. Hamilton got out to that 1-0 lead early. Mason added on a couple runs in a couple different innings. And a solid ball game from both pitchers. Mason got the better. This one down to right field, caught by Honacki, and the Comets grab the W in the season series sweep of the Hamilton Big Blue. 2-1 is your final score from Hamilton High School. It's been a fun